I'm gonna go in order from 0 to 8. So we're gonna start with the obvious Resident Evil 0. This one, I feel like I was a bit harsh on it when I first played it. So I feel like putting it in the bottom would be unfair. But here, I'm just gonna rename these. Trash could have been better, good but great, and this is masterpiece. Good but flawed. It was a bit too harsh on this game. I feel like calling this outdated is kind of just like a easy cop out. I feel like I should have better criticisms of it and not just being like, oh, it's outdated, it's old, it doesn't hold up now, it didn't age well. Like I think that's stupid. I think that's kind of not a good critique of it. It's a game from 2006, but even by then, I mean, they had, I think, what, Resident Evil 4 was out by then. I'm gonna leave it here for now. But this might change later. It came out in 2002. Oh, it came in 2002. Oh, I don't know why I thought it came out in 2006. RE1 we had my least favorite setting of all these games, because even Zero had different settings other than the mansion, and like RE1 I just felt like I was in the mansion the whole time, and like, you know, maybe like one other small area outside the mansion, which was like the woods area, and I didn't even feel like it made that much of an impact to me personally while I was playing it. Whereas Zero, I feel like, you know, I saw more areas. I went more places. There were more things to do. Believe it or not, I think Zero, that alone probably made Zero slightly better experience. Maybe just slightly, just because of that. Unfortunately, you know, the characters in this game, obviously, you play with the two characters on you. They both survive. Whereas in RE1, you have to choose between the two characters. And that way they force you to, the setting wasn't doing it for me. Zero just like beats it out just by a little when it comes to the setting. So I'm gonna leave these two here. Now this one is good but flawed. Nah, it's great. I'm lying. I had a good time with RE2. I actually wanted to play both playthroughs. Had a good time. Both the characters, Leon and Claire, were great. I liked both stories. Yeah, I was not gonna put it in good but flawed. I had to like, wait, what am I saying? It was really good. I thought Resident Evil 2 was great. It was a great game. Both playthroughs, I actually wanted to play both playthroughs. I hate the water levels in every single one of these games. Now, I think universally, I don't know how like other players feel, but water levels in these games, the sewers, I hate them. Hate the sewers, and having to do that twice was kind of annoying. I like the setting. The police station was a cool setting, and having the underground area, the parking lot, other parts of the city. That was fun. The conclusion of the game was like, it made you want more. The sewers is a low point in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, none of these made the sewer parts satisfying, or like, I'm sorry, not satisfying, fun. None of these made the sewer parts fun. I was like, I don't care for any of these. Since I was playing in order, I think it was a good way to get into the series, so you know what to expect in later games. Yeah, it's gonna stay in gray. It's not gonna be masterpiece yet. This one, it's obvious. It's good, but it's flawed. It's too short. It's too damn short. I finished this game in one stream, bro, and I wanted more. We know nothing about Carlos after this game. I mean, at least I don't. I mean, from the other games, you don't see, he's never mentioned again. You play him for like 5 minutes. Too much. Yeah, that's what I hear. They cut off too much from the OG version of it, and I was like, I wanted more. I thought Nemesis was like a fun villain. He actually fought back. Like, he shot at you, bro. He had a bazooka. He was like, it was, man, it was such a missed opportunity for a lot of things. Yeah, like, you know, bro, like, you know, Mr. X would, like, you know, punch you. You know, he'd grab you and do whatever he did to you, choke slam you. Nemesis is like, yeah, I'm here with a bazooka. I will fight back. Like, I'm not gonna just like run up to you and just like hit you. No, I will shoot back at you. I thought that was kind of funny and fun, but it was just too short. Carlos, like, he was there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, it would have been cool if, you know, listen, as someone who's never played the Resident Evil games, I knew the characters' names because of, you know, it's like Dragon Ball. You know the characters' names even if you don't watch the show, because you hear everyone else talk about them. I know about Leon, I know about Claire, I know about Jill. I didn't know who Carlos was. I never heard anyone talk about Carlos until I played this game, and I was like, who the hell is this dude? Never heard of him. I was like, if you didn't tell me, I would have been like, oh, that's Chris. That's just like Chris in the future with like modern graphics or something. I mean, their hair is like not, you know, not too far-fetched to assume that that's Chris. Those don't even look remotely similar to, what does it look like? Is that him? Why does he look like Hwoarang? What the hell is this? Bro, he looks like Hwoarang. Like the hair color from Hwoarang to Shaheen, exactly. Yeah, they did him a yeah, they did him a favor. He looks a lot better in the remakes. Don't know who Carlos is. don't hear about him after the game is like, after the game in other games. At least like, there's a mention of of Leon. There's a mention of player Chris. Don't know what the hell happened to Carlos, but he's a character apparently. So that's gonna go in good but flawed. Now, I think I can confidently say this is a masterpiece. That Resident, no, it's a masterpiece. I don't think I have any valid or real criticisms of RE4. The combat was good. The setting was good. The setting is much different than anything that came before it. I think this is the first game of the ones here that has a shop and being able to upgrade your weapons and stuff. In 2 and 3, I think you just find attachments. Yeah, you just found attachments. But in 4, you get to upgrade weapons. You get to buy weapons. You get to the merchant. He was a fun character. He yapped, which I didn't hate, but that was interesting. How Billy Carlos Forgotten. Oh yeah, Billy. Well, I mean, Billy was wasn't he a fugitive? So he's probably not showing his face anywhere. Amazing game. A really good single player experience in general, not just in Resident Evil. It was just an amazing single player game. OG had the better merchant voice. I believe you. No game before RE4 is touching RE4. This game is just. It's like JoJo's Part 4, it's amazing. Well, okay, you know what? Hold on. Ashley is probably the worst thing about this game, and apparently this version of her is better than the original. Other than that, I don't really have. What's the other JoJo Part 4? Exactly. You get it. Just get over Resident Evil 4, amazing game. For finishing this, bro, I was recommending my brother to play it, my nephew to play it, my older brother to play. I'm like, yo, you guys need to play this game. It's not scary because I mean they're not really into horror games either. It's not scary. It's got its creepy moments, but it's not scary. But it's really fun. So you guys should play it. So yeah, that's gonna go in masterpieces and it's gonna stay there. This one. I can't say it's great. To be honest, I feel like I'd be lying if I said it was great. It's good. It's a good game. Okay, it is 9 games. I'm not going to make another tier. It's good. Good but flawed. It was good because I played it co-op with Blitz. If I did not play this game co-op, I think I would have been like, this game is whatever. Controls took a while to adjust to, obviously. He punched a boulder. Yes, he did. He did punch a boulder. It was mentioned in Resident Evil 8 as well. I think it was heavily carried by the fact that I was playing it co-op. I think the story actually wasn't bad. Another thing, the story wasn't that bad. It did get kind of confusing. It's now we're dealing with Tricell, BSAA, Umbrella. There might be a 4th organization. Where's Shiva after this game? Where is Shiva after this game? It's intended to be played co-op. Okay, I mean, it did its job. It did its job for what it was meant to be. Feel anything while I was playing it. With 2 and 4, I was like, man, I'm invested. I care for the story. With 5, I'm just like, it just feels like a product of its time. It was just a military shooter, Gears of War play style, gameplay, that type of thing. I was like, this doesn't really do much for me. If you played OG 4, 5 hit different, probably. I mean, I can admit I was probably spoiled with the Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4. RE5, yeah, if I wasn't playing co-op, I wouldn't have had as much fun. The story didn't do much for me. I didn't care for it. There's definitely a game that was released in 2009. And it shows. I don't think it aged horribly, but I'm not gonna say it aged well. We see Chris Roydfield for the first time. It's not like in Resident Evil 1 where he's just some dude that just it looked like it's his first day on the job. Shiva is not mentioned at all after this game. Carlos, where's Carlos? Where's Shiva? Those 2 characters just never mentioned again. And it's unfortunate because I actually like both of those characters. That's gonna go in good/fun but flawed. And I only played 1 campaign, but I'm lying. This is staying down here. Actually. This is staying at the top of trash. You know what? This is getting a tier of its own. Hold up. Label RE6, move on. You're right. This shit is just not good. It's a tier of its own and how bad it is. Don't know when I'll go back to play the other campaigns, but they was just not a good game. Controls were awful. Did not care for the story. Had Helena, which is that's a thumbs up, but everything else was a thumbs down. Game was not good. Controls barely worked. Now my Ada Wong, whatever that was, the Addison Wayne, can't find anything good to say about this game. Like it was not a good time. Like I was waiting to finish it. I did not have fun with this game at all. You know, with these other games, I found some fun in them. RE0 and RE1, I mean, mostly heavily carried by like you guys, or like the chat, because you guys are telling me where things were, because, you know, because of like how the game is. I mean, you know, RE0, RE1, it's like playing them now is, if you were to take a break for like couple of days and get back on the game, you'd forget what you were doing last because of how, you know, games were made back then. It was early 2010s Capcom. Yeah, this was during the wasn't this during the Crapcom era? The time of the time Capcom was like, they were probably like, oh yeah, RE5 was, you know, well received. What if we do the same thing with RE6, but we have multiple campaigns? You almost killed the whole franchise with that one, bro. DMC4 and RE6. I didn't hate DMC4. I know some people don't like DMC4. I did not hate that game. I thought it was okay. I mean, I didn't like Nero at first. Like I eventually like warmed up, but I was like, I know I don't really care for him. I know DMC4 got a lot of flack for, you know, what it was. Some people just did not want to adjust to Nero being the main character. This isn't my main character. I don't like him. Chat made this game bearable. The game itself was not bearable. I had finished that Leon campaign the first, you know, in 2 streams, and I was like, okay, well, I'm done. I don't think I really need more than this. I kept getting told, oh yeah, these other campaigns are more fun. You chose the worst one. I mean, if the worst one isn't at the very least fun, it doesn't have to be good. The story doesn't have to be good in this one. If it was not even fun, I don't care to play the other one. Full tier of awfulness in its own. That's all of RE1 was the mansion for the most part. At least RE0 had like more than the mansion. At least the way I felt like I was like, once I finished the mansion, I explored like a good amount of the rest of the whatever the world had to offer. And RE0, I think, did a good job of RE0. At least if you were like coming into for the first time playing Resident Evil, you would at least find the world interesting because of the setting, and like I think it's a good introduction, because you start on the train, you get to the mansion, and then you still go to other areas after that. Whereas RE1 is just like, hey, you start at this mansion and then you end at this mansion. Like it's there's like the underground lab, there's like the, you know, some other, but you're still in the mansion. So that's why I think like RE0 kind of beats out RE1 in that just a little bit. The only 2 characters with that ass inventory system. RE1 did have a better inventory system, but I liked having the 2 characters over having to do 2 different playthroughs. I'm not playing 2 different playthroughs of RE1. Give me the 2 characters and I'll call it a day. I'm good. Honestly, at first I thought 0 was like the worst in the series. And then I played 1 and I'm like, okay, 1 is a little better. And then I played 6. I'm like, okay, 6 is obviously the worst. But then I think about it now and I'm like, I think 0 is kind of a little bit better than 1. Here's the spicy take, Sun Chaser Man. Is that the spicy take? Okay, I mean, that can be the spicy take. Sure, that's the spicy take. RE0 is slightly better than RE1. Now 7, masterpiece. So I don't think I need to say much. I was not expecting to want 2 Ethan Winters games. Which, I mean, that's going to tie into this. I was not expecting like 2 Ethan Winters games and them both being amazing. This is going to have to be ordered, by the way. New setting. Again, the thing about these games to me that has been making them is the settings. You're in like some swamp in Louisiana. And I was like, okay, that's cool. It's different. I'm not like in a city shooting at like, you know, hordes of zombies and stuff in some random place in Louisiana, and I'm shooting these mold people. The whole family story was cool. Oh yeah, 7 revived it. Yeah, because of how awful 6 was. Yeah, RE1 Mansion, but for hillbillies, it was amazing. Hillbilly Mansion was great. I want to learn what happened to Zoe. I didn't know that there was like more DLC than the Not Your Hero DLC. So I do eventually want to play like the Zoe DLC, because I thought, you know, we didn't get much of Zoe, and I thought she was pretty cool. Running from Jack was pretty scary. It did give me some good jump scares. 7 probably gave me, up to that point, the most jump scares, and I don't think I got many jump scares up to that point. The mom gave me the most jump. Was it Marguerite? 7 may have given me more jump scares than 8. I don't remember. It pulled more at the heartstrings because there's this family involved. Whereas like the games before it, there was like, you know, nobody cared. It's just like, you know, these dudes are just part of like either, you know, they're part of the cops or they were ex-military or whatever it was. Whereas 7 was just like, this is a story about family. 2 different families. You're gonna go save your family, You're gonna go save your wife, and then you have to deal with this other who are being infected by this mold. Now, was Mia worth saving? That's a different discussion. The twist at the end with seeing the Umbrella logo on the helicopter, I was like, we're Umbrella now? Is that what we're doing? We're Umbrella now, bro? We working for Umbrella? Okay, cool. I guess we're just chill with Umbrella now. That's fine. The biggest sin that Seven has committed was making Chris look like that. Where's my Chris Roydfield, bro? You can make a JoJo's reference here too. I mean, JoJo's Part 7, also a masterpiece. I didn't really care for Ethan at first, but after playing it for a while, I was like, okay, this is a good protagonist. This is a cool dude. He's going through all of this to save his wife. This is husband of the year. I don't know if 8 deserves to be here or here. Now this is where it gets a bit difficult. Like ordering these 3. Chris not telling Ethan shit was funny in 8. Kind of was. It kind of was. It's not Mia, bro. Like I didn't kill her. Like you could have killed the Mia mimic Miranda. You could have killed her and then told him you just traumatized that man and made him think you just killed his wife. You could have just told him after that. But why'd you have to take the bit? Well, okay. They also took the baby. That part was kind of just confusing. The combat didn't change much, if at all. Shadow of Rose DLC was pretty fun. Bro, I'm not even kidding. I almost shed a tear when I was playing it last night. When she was reading that note from Ethan on her birthday, when she was or on her like half birthday, whatever they were doing, like her first season, I almost shed a single tear. I was like, damn, she don't know her daddy, but she's reading this. And then quickly Evelyn just ruins it. Now dude, I was looking for that too when he was talking, and like he kind of had like a little tremble in his voice. I was like, there's not a single tear on that man's face. I don't know what's he doing. 8 got a lot more supernatural. Like it was doing things that obviously 7 you don't realize that it's more it is supernatural, but you don't realize that until you play 8. There was like this whole thing of like Ethan's dead, but he's in this other world or whatever, and I was like, okay, we're getting crazy with the story now. I see, and I'm with it. Sure, I thought it was pretty cool, and the village was cool. The bosses were interesting. I did think it was kind of interesting that one of the boss fights was just playing hide and go seek. It wasn't even like you had to really go kill anyone. It's just like, hey, the story was higher stakes, great characters. The village was fun to explore. I don't really have like any like real gripes with it. I had to switch from first person to third person, but I was like, whatever. Oh, no field of view option. But I got over it pretty quickly. But still, the fact that it's not there is kind of annoying. Ordering these 3 up here is going to be a task. You think 6 deserves to be in the same level or above 1 and 0? No redeeming qualities about 6. In my personal opinion, did not care for 6. The story didn't get me. Sorry, I just couldn't, man. I mean, you can go ahead. You do that. I'm not going to. Yes, I played the most mid one and I called it a day because the gameplay. Listen. The stories, Jake, Chris, or Ada's stories were not gonna make up for the fact that the gameplay is ass. If the gameplay sucks, why would I want to play the story? The other 3 stories. Yeah, the first. Okay, see, I didn't mind the first person POV in 7 because you could change the FOV. In 8, there's no FOV option, so that's why I was like, you know what? Let me switch it to the third person. Okay, so we can all agree this is a good tier list. Are we satisfied with it? How do we feel about this one? Good? No good? I'm not satisfied at all. Listen, man, you're just one day you'll accept the fact that RE6 was not a good game. One day you'll accept the fact that RE6 is not a good game, man. Your judgment is clouded by nostalgia. Is it better than 0-1? You know what? You can have that, bro. 0 above 1 is still crazy. So we're arguing that RE6 is better than 0 and 1. And then the fact that I have 0 over 1. Yeah, I don't know, man. Bro, willing to fight for 6 is crazy. It's not worth it. It really isn't. This guy loves his Resident Evil 6, bro. Yeah, we'll save it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there it is.